Oh, there we go. Hopefully this is working. Back to school now, guys and gals. You can about imagine how thrilled I am about that. But it does mean trapping season's getting closer. Uh, that being said, we are less than 2 months out to prestaking, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Jim Springer, how you doing? Anthony, how you doing? Welcome in, guys. Hopefully this works out all right. I'm on the school internet now, so it should be a lot better than when I'm at home. But we'll see. PA, how you doing? Yeah, Anthony, I saw you message it to me. I haven't really had much time to do anything on Facebook here recently. I've had my first day of class today, so been kind of busy here, but it's hot, guys. Man, is it hot. Last time I checked, I got done with class at like 2, and the feel like was 117, and I did not go outside since then. I want to go out and check my lines around here so bad, but when it's that hot, there's just no way. Jim, I'm a business management major. I kind of really just wanted something broad that I can kind of do anything with. Definitely want to have my own company. Definitely looking into having my own taxidermy company someday. I think that'd work out pretty good for me. Kind of go right along with what I love to do already. So that's kind of the plan, business management major, and then get a taxidermy shop going. Lets you run your public account. What do you mean, Anthony? Yeah, Jim. And I just, to be honest with you, I hate being told what to do. That's kind of why I want to be my own boss. I know it sounds bad, but part of the reason why I love trapping so much. Trapping's a thing where you can really go out and do whatever you want to do. You're your own boss. And I really fell in love with that. And kind of want to keep that rolling. Oh, okay, Anthony. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not a tech guy at all. I tried to set up this Facebook page I got going now. I tried to set it up last winter, and it ended up actually making a profile instead of a page. So that's not what I wanted. I wanted like a public page on there, and I finally got it. And there was a lot of people that not accidentally, this is my fault, but they were clicking on the personal profile instead of my actual page. So I got that personal profile deleted to help prevent any confusion, and now it's just my public page. Anthony, I think I know what you're talking about. It's asked me to download something, I think. Yeah, Jim, I kind of am. I also feel like, I don't know, I'm the best at pushing myself, but if other people around me are telling me what to do, it makes me not want to do that. I know it sounds bad, and I've worked plenty in my life. Believe me, I've been working ever since before I was even legal to work. But I just like being my own boss. It's pretty fun. Anthony, I won't give out my Snapchat. I might make a next gen Snapchat here before too long, if there's enough interest in it. But for now, I just got my personal one, and I'm not sharing that. Sorry, bud. PA, I'm so jealous, man. 58. It was about double that here today. No joke. The feel like outside was 117, so it's pretty bad. I think the low tonight's like 79 or 80. It's just kind of ridiculous. I just can't believe that in less than 2 months, steel is going to start going in the ground. I'm getting pretty pumped up. Looking forward to this youth event, or it's not really a youth event, but it's kind of a get together that's going on this weekend to kind of introduce people who want to know more about trapping and want to learn about trapping. I'm looking forward to going over to that this weekend. I like taking orders from others, so I may go down the road of being. Yeah, Anthony, I feel you, man. That's kind of, and I know it's kind of a long-term thing of me wanting to be my own boss. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a lot of stuff before then until I can really get my feet underneath of me. But that is my long-term goal, is to kind of be my own boss. It's not what I want to hear. I'm sure the weather's heading. Yeah, PA, it's bad, man. It's been, I think the last 3 days have been right at that 95 to 100 range. Iowa Trapper actually just told me a good buddy of mine, it's a good buddy of his too, lost like 30 head of cattle just from the heat. So it's ridiculously hot here. Water situation, Jim, not good. I will say, though, Jim, it's an interesting thing, which if anyone in here knows something more about this than I do, let me know. But so our pond levels in Iowa, like the ponds, lakes, whatever, I've noticed that in my area, the ponds are a lot lower than they were last year. But the creeks that were all bone dry at this time last year still have water in them. I find that very weird because a lot of our creeks are tile fed. I just found that kind of weird. I don't really know why that is, but I'm glad the creeks at least still have water in them, to be honest with you, because I really want to run in the water this year. Try and mix it up a little bit. So they're not good for sure, Jim. Definitely hoping we can get a couple good rains in September, maybe a early October, good shot of rain, and we'll be sitting all right if we can get a couple September rains and a good October rain. Construction business. Yeah, PA. That's actually what I've done for a long time was construction. I don't blame you at all. Being your own boss in construction. And I tell you what, everyone in construction is shorthanded right now. So I guarantee you stay busy if you're in the construction industry. Yeah, Anthony, you sent it our way, that 100+ weather. Man, oh, man. I've about had it. I think it's next Tuesday. I don't have class because I don't have class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I think the high is like 77, 78, something like that. So that's when I plan to go out there on the line, really start, just checking the crop rotation because I haven't seen it since the first week of November last year on a lot of this stuff where I go to school. So going to have to check it out once it cools off a little bit. Yeah, Eric, I am. I've been in the air all day. Fun fact for you, my room last year did not have air conditioning in it. And it was pretty rough. But this year I have air conditioning and it's about 65 in here. So I'm enjoying the air conditioning for sure. Justin, how you doing? From Kansas, man. Oh, man. Are you guys getting the heat that we are? I'm sure you are. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, PA, it is. One of our dogs at home actually was basically having a heat stroke the other day, kind of right when I had to leave for school. It's not good. It's really hot and really humid too. It's normally humid in Iowa, but man, is it bad. Come to Osage, our creeks are dry here. Yeah, Jim, I don't doubt it because that is north central Iowa. I know northwestern Iowa got a couple good shots of rain here not too awful long ago. But especially up by like that Osage area, Jim, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that there's some guys seeing some distemper not too far from there. I've heard kind of up in north central Iowa, there's some guys really starting to see it pretty bad. I hope that stays away from me because I haven't seen any of it yet where I'm from. Hard to find help. I must do roofs myself. Oh, yeah, PA. If you were in Iowa, you would have a lot of business if you're doing roofs because we had that big hailstorm go through. Well, it's been a little while now, but there's still a lot of houses just destroyed and roofing guys can't even keep up. But if I was working on a roof like you, I would not want it to be 100 degrees. That's for sure. Briar, how you doing, buddy? Justin, yeah, it's horrible. What's it like down there? I'm just curious kind of how bad it is down there, is if it's any hotter or not. I don't know if it can get any hotter than what we got here. It's pretty bad. 102. Oh, yeah, Eric, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. It's horrible. I can't remember, which I'm not that old, so this isn't saying much, but I can't remember a consistent stretch of as long as we've had where it's been this hot. It's crazy. 15 miles from Osage. Yeah, Jim. Sorry to hear that. I've heard that up in that area, it's been pretty rough. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't affect whatever you're trying to do this year too much. It sucks to see that. I've seen guys that have sent me videos and stuff of just coon laying dead everywhere, and I've heard stories about years when it's been really bad. Hoping that doesn't happen around here, but we'll see what happens. Is that nice, cool weather? Briar, it's treating me great. I've been sitting in my air-conditioned dorm room for the last 3 days. I actually had to go to Walmart and get groceries, and I think my frozen pizzas were cooked by the time I got back to my room. It's not good. Not good. I did get a new winch, though, guys. I said in a previous live that my winch actually caught on fire. The switch went bad, and then it started smoking pretty bad. So I did get a new winch, and I didn't even know what brand of winch I had. I got it for Christmas when I was a kid, just getting into trapping. It's actually it's a Pittsburgh. It's the 1,300-pound with the double hook, but I don't run the double. I just run the single. So it's the 600-pound one. That's the one I use in case anyone ever asked me that. I never knew what it was until literally yesterday when I went and got the new one. Put down at least 10. Yeah, Jim. At least you're doing them a favor, honestly. That distemper is no joke. It's terrible to see animals of any species really suffer the consequences of Mother Nature like that. Is it a warn? What do you mean, Anthony? The very southeast part of the state. That's several days, 100 to 106. Oh yeah, Justin, that's about what we got going. We're not up to 106 actual temperature, but our feel likes have been anywhere from 110 to today. I think the highest one has been at 117. That's no joke. It's dangerously hot. Yeah, Briar. I skin all my beavers too on my winch. I'm not sure how you skin your beavers. I'm sure you've skinned way more than I ever will. But I hang them all on the winch. I hang them up once I get them opened up, which I got a video out on this too, and you've probably already seen it. And I'm just rambling, but I actually have a video on it where I open up the beaver and then I skin it down the back all the way to the hindquarters, and then I hang it up, and you can pull that beaver down all the way to the front shoulders, almost as easy as pulling a rabbit. I mean, it is so easy, and a lot of guys waste a lot of time making cuts. Which, if you're fast and that's what you want to do, it's fine. But for me, hanging them up on that winch speeds it up a lot. Saves a lot of cutting too. Yeah, PA, that's the one. Harbor Freight. Yep. Pittsburgh. I don't really know anything else about it. I know it comes with that double hook, but I don't need that to pull a raccoon. So I just used a single hook. 126, Jim. Holy cow. And you're way up there too, and it's still that hot. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm ready for this heat to be over. I was really getting in a roll here. We had that one day when I cut up all that fish. The high was like 72. It was so nice out. I was getting so ready. All that fish cut up, got everything ready to roll, and then I get down to school and it's just hot. It's really hard to stay motivated when it's hot. Temps all week supposed to be, yeah, Briar. It's bad. It's bad. Real Ruger, how you doing? I just got back to school here a couple days ago. Haven't really been able to talk trapping to anyone that doesn't look at me like I'm totally crazy while I'm down here. So I figured I'd get on here and talk some trapping. Jim, I'm not going to say where I go to school. It's kind of private information to me. Plus, I trap around where I am, and I really don't like to tell anyone where I'm at. I keep my areas pretty private. Heck, I could count on 2 fingers how many people have seen an entire one of my lines. They've only seen one of them. I got several. I'm pretty secretive about it. Hopefully you don't take it the wrong way or anything. I like to keep that stuff pretty private. It takes a lot of work to establish lines like I got. And I kind of want to keep them to myself. If someone else wants to do all the work and go find them and trap them and compete with me, I'm totally fine with it. But I just don't want to give anyone any sort of help at eating away at my own line, if that makes sense. What do you think the winter weather is going to be? Mac, it's hard to tell. I know it's that El Nino, and normally, typically, that's more of a mild winter. Normally, it's the winter of the trapper. But if we don't have enough water to keep the current going in the creeks, I think they're going to freeze up anyways. So I don't know how much it's going to matter. I do think it's probably going to get pretty rough. It normally does around here. Somewhere in January, late December, early January, there's always a rough stretch of winter where we'll hit sub-zero temperatures. But it's supposed to be a mild winter. That's what everyone's told me. So we'll see. Hardly anybody ever understands the passion. Yeah, Briar, that's exactly. I honestly thought about starting a thing at my school, just trying to teach some people kind of what trapping is. But I don't think I will. It'd just take up too much of my time. And I spend too much time driving on back roads when I'm in school. Calvin, how you doing? Hopefully I said that right. Calvin Howard. Is that how you say it, bud? What do you say about trapping? Anthony, not much. It's more they just don't really understand why I want to go out and kill hundreds of raccoons, literally over 100 raccoons in a day. They just don't get it. They'd understand it more if I was talking to them in a foreign language, basically. They just kind of don't get it. So my girlfriend gets to hear all about what I'm thinking, whether she wants to hear it or not. She gets to hear all about it. Las Vegas, Ruger. Heck no, man. I do not like cities, man, at all. At all. Aqualux, how you doing? All right, good, Jim. Yeah, again, it's not me just I'm not trying to be a jerk to anyone at all. It's just kind of hard for me to say that in a very professional way, I guess. Establishing lines is a lot of hard work. I've spent a lot of time doing it. Trapper Bob, the battle? The battle was going to class today. That was the battle. And it being 100 degrees. So far it's a very sweaty battle. Winter's talking about being wetter and more snowy according to the Farmer's Almanac. Yeah, Anthony, I don't doubt it. There's a lot of truth to that old Farmer's Almanac for sure. For sure. All right, good, Calvin. I'm glad. I actually met a guy at the NTA named Calvin, too. He's a pretty cool dude. So I was kind of figuring that's how you said that. Tahai, how you doing, man? Trapping since I was 6. My papa brought me in. Taught you everything you know. That's awesome, Briar. That's awesome. Was it a love at first sight, Briar? Kind of sounds like you got a pretty similar story to me. My dad kind of taught me how to make a blind set when I was 8 years old, and man, did I run with it from there. My dad taught me how to make a blind set, and my uncle taught me kind of the basics on skinning and fleshing and all that stuff. And I took it from there, and YouTube took it from there, and yeah, learned a lot in a hurry. About it. Most people in Oregon look at us. Oh yeah, Anthony, I don't doubt it. All you can do is you can never change their mind, but you can always educate them just a little bit. That's what I try and do. Just kind of explain, I'm not just some ruthless animal killer out there. There's a reason behind why I'm doing it. And I explain to them what happens if trappers like us aren't out there doing it. Distemper, like we were just talking about. That's exactly what happens. Yeah. You won't necessarily change their mind, but maybe you can just open their eyes a little bit to it. That's all I ever try and do down here anyways. PA business management is what I'm going for. Ty, yeah. Gavin, how you doing? Oh yeah, Iowa Trapper. I gave you a little dorm tour in that Snapchat I sent you the other day. Gotta have fur in here, man. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Ruger, other than the wink wink, I'd agree with you on that. I don't need any wink winks, but yeah, they're pretty fun. Oh yeah, Briar, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'd love to hear your stories, man. I really would. I love hearing stories like that. Hobbies Hobo, how you doing? Welcome in, man. Ruger, yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit. Yeah, just when I thought everyone forgot about those, Ruger still remembers them. Yeah, I'm getting pumped up, guys. I really want to do some more water trapping this year. Especially after spring beaver last year, I really think I got the water systems I need to go to figured out. I just got to put the work in and putting pockets and fish sticks in them. I'm pretty pumped. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy watching it too, because it's going to be a big learning curve for me, but it's going to be fun for sure. That's something I always like to do every year is get outside my comfort zone just a little bit. Whether it's the water trapping, the 220 boxes, trapping new areas, anything. There's certain people, there's a certain thing I refuse to do, and that is to get comfortable. I always like to be learning stuff. So after running the same stuff for 4 or 5 days, I like to move. Yeah, Anthony, that would be kind of weird for sure. Ty, I guarantee you, no one in here is liking the heat. No one at all. Yeah, Gavin, that was the category I had to select. I tried to do a blog thing. It didn't work. Hey, waiting until after hunting season for all the trapping stuff to start. Yeah, Hobbies Hobo. I feel you, man. I like doing these lives. There's a lot of fire underneath me. I know Iowa Trapper is going to say, I told you so. But yeah, these get me pretty pumped up. I'm glad they get you pumped up too, bud. Exactly, Eric. The only way to learn is to try. And if you ain't failing, you ain't learning. That's one thing I like to say, anyways. It was through a lot of mistakes that I learned in a hurry. I tried to get big really fast, and I made a lot of mistakes very quickly. But I tell you what, you learn from those mistakes. Well said, Eric. I like that. Iowa Trapper, I hope I'm not lagged out. I'm on this fancy school internet now, man. Yeah, Ty, it is brutal. Trapping with Jinx, how you doing, bud? Are you coming to the Iowa Jinx? I don't remember if you told me if you were going to that one or not. I'd have to look back in my messages. PA, is it done buffering now? I hope. I hope so. It shouldn't. I'm on this fancy school internet now. Yep, there it is. I did tell you so. Yep. I knew that was coming. Yeah, Anthony, I have a lot of fun with them. They get me pretty motivated for sure. Oh, good. The lag's over. Okay. Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, maybe. Okay. Well, I'll see you at the Nebraska for sure then. I don't know how long I'll be at the Nebraska. I'm assuming I'm probably just going to be there Friday night and then into Saturday and leave Saturday. I might stay Saturday night too. I'm not sure. But I can't get there any earlier than Friday night. Probably be around 6 or 7 o'clock Friday night. Yeah, Gavin, not many people do trap anymore. It's really a lost art for sure. Definitely learned a lot in the past couple of years trapping by trying different techniques. Most of them work pretty good. Oh yeah, Briar, live and learn. There's always something you can try that might. There's always little things you can try, but try them in moderation, which I'm sure you do. I mean, good grief, the amount of beaver you catch, I'm sure you know a lot more than I do. But it's always good to try new things in moderation for sure. Never, I shouldn't say never, but most of the time it is not a good thing to switch everything you're doing that's been working for you to the newest best thing. That's for sure. Yeah, Jinx. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that Nebraska one. I'm pretty nervous for it too. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I need to start laying out what I'm going to say in that demo. Just realized that. No, Anthony, no. No way for me anyways. Heck, our Iowa president, I found out that he hardly even sleeps, man. He's a good guy, but man, he was up at the NTA there and we were talking to him. Man, that guy doesn't hardly even sleep. Got a bear. Mount should I get? Gavin, the half body mounts look pretty cool, but they cost you a daggum pretty penny. I know the bear that I got 7 years ago now. I got a rug on my wall. That's what I did, and it looks pretty cool. Iowa Trapper, I hope so. It'll be the first 5 minutes that'll be rough. Then after that, I'll get on a tangent and start rambling, and then someone's gonna have to tell me to shut up. So, Briar, yeah, I really don't give myself any credit for being a beaver trapper, though. That's the thing. It's just you see all these guys that got all these different sets and all these different ways to catch them. I technically have 2 different sets now, but mainly I take the one set, the caster mound, and do it over and over and over and over and over again. And a lot of people don't understand that about even production trapping. It's doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and getting really fast and good at it. It's just not that complicating, really. You just got to get good at 1 or 2 things and roll with them. Be there asking you crazy questions. Oh, geez. That scares me even think about what you're going to ask me. Yeah, PA, they are. I had a guy up in northern Wisconsin do mine. He did it pretty good. I'm very happy with it. Oh, no. Now Eric's encouraging him to make more crazy. Oh, geez. This is not going to be good. Gavin, it's a black bear, but it's a cinnamon phased black bear. I got it up in Manitoba, right off of Lake Winnipeg. I think that's the name of that giant lake. Want to get them on the first set. Yeah, Hobbies Hobo, you're not wrong at all. Especially if you're doing ADC work, you really got to know what you're doing. And you got to get them quick. Otherwise, they're going to be pretty smart pretty quick. But it's also my goal as a beaver trapper. The way I trap, I don't want to kill every beaver out of that creek system. I want there to be more in there for next year. That being said, I did have one line this year. I think I was on for too long. And I'm not going to trap it this year just because I feel like I probably hurt the population. But that's the thing with beaver trapping. I roll through there. I want to take the cream of the crop off, and I want to move on. I get what I think a bridge should get me, and then I get out of there. Normally it's a week to a week and a half, and I'm out of there because I don't want to hurt the population. So it's kind of the balance of taking beaver out of there, but don't take too many beaver out of there with the way I trap them around here anyways. Ought to get a YouTube picture, but there'll be a bunch of us there. Jinx, it sounds like it for sure. It does sound like there's going to be quite a few YouTubers there. All right, Ruger, you take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Briar 330s are legal fully submerged. And I would pay I shouldn't say a lot of money because I don't have a lot of money. I'd pay a good chunk of money if they were legal half submerged, because man, would I run half submerged 330 caster mounts all day long. But I have to be fully submerged here. If I have a pet beaver, but it has canine teeth, do I square root 9? I don't even know what to say to that. Pet beaver, but it has canine teeth. Oh my gosh, you're just gonna light my brain on fire now. Wow. On Saturday for sure. Eric, you talking about the Nebraska you're gonna be at? Hope it's on video with the crazy questions. Jim, I mean, I plan on, hopefully I can convince Iowa Trapper to film my demo for me. So I guess if you hear someone asking really random questions, it's probably my cameraman. Nice, Gavin. Beaver are easy to they get spooked. Oh yeah, Anthony, 100%. I know one guy in Iowa. He's a big nuisance trapper. He travels all over the country. And it took him 2.5 months to catch one beaver. That smart of a beaver. And he's a really good trapper. So yeah, they're smart. They get really smart real quick. We train a trap either half the beavers from each house or all the beavers out of every second house. Yeah, hobbies. That makes sense. That's exactly like I said. You're just kind of managing your population while taking some out at the same time. About the same thing I do, pretty much. From one extreme to the other. Easy. Oh yeah, Anthony, for sure. Oh geez. Wow. Okay. Really, Anthony? That's interesting. That's interesting for sure. It's an interesting law. I have heard there was someone who told me there's a law somewhere where it just has to be able to reach the water with the 330 and it's a legal set. I don't remember what state that was. I know someone told me that, though. I found that law also very interesting. Oh, the Iowa, Eric. Okay. Yeah, I'll be up there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Not doing a demo. I'll just be hanging around, but I'll be there for sure. I'm looking forward to it. Heck, that's only 2 weeks from this weekend, I think. Pretty sure it's only 2 weeks from this weekend. Gotta roll out. Maybe I give it to you Monday. All right, Iowa Trapper. Sounds good. Just let me know. I won't be up to anything productive. I can promise you that. Tuesday I will be, not Monday. Sounds good, bud. It'll change around in a hurry when trapping season comes around, so be ready and good luck. Yeah, Todd G. Thanks for the good luck wishes, buddy. I appreciate it. I really hope so, because last year on the opener, it was like 75 degrees. It was crazy hot. I was freaking out. I was worried about fur was going to start slipping in the back of the truck. It was a mess. So hopefully you are right. That's for sure. I really hope it cools off too. Go take care of your pet beaver. That's awesome. That is awesome. Next time, next gen. All right, Briar, you take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping in, man. If water goes down 2 inches, big fine. So like mine, half submerged. Yeah, PA. That's kind of like our law here with TS 85s. They are not legal on dry land, but they're legal fully submerged in water. That being said, if you got your trap under 6 inches of water and that creek system drops a foot and that big old 85 sitting on dry land, you can get a pretty good ticket for it. Same thing that you just described. You got to watch that stuff for sure. T30 winds up on land. It's illegal and cannot be moved without getting a ticket. 280 once on land can be moved from dry land to be legal again. That's very weird, Anthony. Very weird for sure. All right, Jim, you take care. Thanks for stopping in, man. Set 330s on land if we want. Only good for Wolverines, though. Yeah, Hobbies Hobo. I forgot you're up there way north. I've actually seen videos of guys using the 330s for Wolverines. That'd be pretty cool. Interesting, Anthony. Buck Killer on new account. Oh, okay. How you doing, bud? I'm just sitting in my dorm room enjoying the air conditioning is all I'm doing. This time of year, I'm more. I don't blame you, Todd G. Not one bit, actually. It's hot. I know when I when I went out to Colorado, it was the last weekend of June, and it was in like the 60s as a high. You'd see your breath at night, and man, did that get me fired up. I wish it was like that now, but it's just not. Really, Hobbies Hobo. That's interesting. Arctic fox would be cool. I've seen their pelts. I mean, they're a gorgeous animal. We just ain't got them here, obviously. That'd be pretty cool, especially conibear trapping foxes. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I'll tell you what, guys. There's a sweet side and a sour side to being at school. Sour side is I'm back at school. I actually have to do academic stuff now. But then on the other hand, when I'm back to school, I know trapping season's coming. That means that it's coming. And I'm very, very glad that I have almost everything ready to roll. We're getting there. I got to dip traps. I got to scout a lot of ground. I want to go find, I got about 150 miles of new ground I want to find. I've already scouted 50 miles of new stuff that I'm adding. I'd like to find another 150 miles. Got to hang up my new winch. Got to do that. Other than that, I'm about ready to rip. These 280s way up north. Oh, yeah. There's 280s from muskrat, which I failed to catch. Oh, man, that seems like an awful big trap for a muskrat. For sure. I've always used just 110s or 1.5s. I will say I'm not much of a muskrat trapper, but my favorite muskrat set's a 1.5 underneath the veneer of corn. Man, oh man, do I love that set. If I know there's muskrats in the area, if it's a dense coon area and you do that, you're going to catch a coon every time. But I do love that set for muskrats. Never used a conibear that big for a muskrat though. 280 raccoon, not much else. Plan on chasing them a bit more. Man, I bet that puts the hammer on them raccoons fast. Holy cow. Can't use leghorn traps unless they're set for killing by drowning. Really, Hobbies Hobo? That is interesting. Can't use a foothold unless it's on a drowning system. That's a law I've never heard of. That is very interesting. Anthony, I don't, but there seems to be quite a bit of interest from people wanting, especially my big jumbo, like 6XL coons. I don't get many of them, but there's quite a bit of people who've reached out to me and they want some. So I'm going to get some of the cooler stuff. Some of my big jumbo coon, some cool kind of off-color coon, all that stuff. I'm going to get tan. I'm going to get it all tan this year. I'll sell it privately to whoever wants it, really. Hopefully through my new Facebook page or email. It's kind of the plan. First day of school for the year. I forgot how annoying my class was. I really forgot how many. Oh, yeah, Wyatt, absolutely. Yeah, today was my first day of class too, bud. Trust me, I didn't have that much fun in it, that's for sure. 220s for rats. I'll run into nutria. 220 have a bigger. Yeah, Anthony, I get it. Yeah, we just don't have many rats around here anymore, honestly. I wish we did. I really wish we did. We just don't. Pumped up as well. I'm looking at trapping at least 3 states this year. Oh, man, there you go, Jinx. What states unless you don't want me to ask. If you haven't announced it or anything, that's fine too. But I'm curious what states you're going to, bud. That's something I've always wanted to try, is trap in another state too. I just don't have the time. That'd be pretty cool though. You can't pre-stake on public or private. Really? Why? That is interesting. Kind of a bummer, to be honest with you, because man, does pre-staking speed stuff up. It really speeds stuff up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's from up in Canada. I'm pretty sure. If I remember right, I'm pretty sure he's from up in Canada somewhere. I know it's up there way north. Being legal everywhere. We're gonna put lots of them on water edges, pick off rats and nutria. Yeah, I don't blame you, Anthony. 220 is a very good all-around trap. I've got a lot of otters in 220s. It held them just fine. Well, I caught one in a 220 box this winter. Or, well, it would be last winter now. But, yeah, I mean, it dead as a doornail. They're very good traps. Lake hold for canine and cats only, varies by province, though. Okay, hobbies. I get you. Interesting. Interesting for sure. I just wearing cowboy boots and a belt buckle. I won from winning an archery. Oh, there you go, Wyatt. That's awesome, man. Congrats on winning that. Glad to hear you're getting some girls, man. Absolutely. Archery World Tournament. That's awesome. I love shooting my bow. I love it. I got the new Matthews Phase 4 here at the beginning of summer. That was kind of the one thing with my fur check I spoiled myself with. Man, do I love that bow. Can't trap roads as a few years ago. Hopefully that changes again. Yeah, Anthony, trapping roads is awesome. I love trapping the road ditch. I mean, it's about all I do. Yeah, Canada. That's what I thought. I knew you were up there somewhere. Saw your box otter. Yeah, Anthony, that was pretty cool. I do know a guy who's caught. Well, he did. He passed away here not too long ago, a couple years ago. But he caught a lot of otter in boxes. There's not many other people that really have. And I did it. So obviously it must not be that difficult, I guess. Just run enough of them. But that was pretty cool. That was a great surprise that day for sure. I mean, it makes sense. You got a big chunk of fish hanging in there. Why not? I wish I would have had more there, because at least in my area, they seem to travel in groups. A lot of times if you're getting a single and you have another open trap, you'll have a double on otters. We just have so dang many of them. That's ridiculous. When are you done school? 5 or 6 years. Gavin, next year will be my last year. Only got 1 year after this year left. Boxes and otters make sense on frozen land. Yep, Anthony, that's exactly what it was. It was a creek. There was a little channel that was still open in the creek. And I'm just assuming the otters were playing on the ice or something. Found the 220 box, and that was it. Got one of them anyways. 2D shoot for compound, now shooting regular targets. So boring. World's trying to know, is it? Chances, bro. Awesome, Wyatt. Those 3D shoots are fun. I love going to those. Those are fun. I haven't made it to one in a couple years now. I've been too busy. But, man, I know what you're talking about. I love those things. Jinx, the craziest thing I've seen while checking traps, that albino deer. I posted a video on it here this spring when I was beaver trapping. I seen an albino deer. And to be honest with you, I slammed on the brakes in my truck so hard. I felt like I almost saw a ghost, quite honestly. That was crazy. Meant a lot to me because I'm a big deer hunter too. But I'd say that's the craziest thing. Between that and the bridge that has 8 toilets underneath of it and all of them are sitting perfectly upright, I find that one very weird. But the albino deer definitely takes the cake. Yeah, Anthony, they seem to travel in groups for sure. Really, why? That's interesting. Do you just not see them? I know we got a lot of them in my area. $10 otter per season. Man, I wish we had it like that here. I wish we had it like that here. Be cool. Yeah, Jinx, it was awesome. I sent the video to everyone I knew almost the second that deer walked away. That was pretty cool. I didn't really tell anyone where it was, though. It's kind of cool. It'd be cool if someone could harvest that deer, but at the same time, it was just so cool to see. Um, I gave it a fair chance, I guess. Albino deer, at least in my area, um, basically unheard of. It was pretty cool. Oh yeah, Ozark Trapper. I know my buddy Breyer, who was just on here not too long ago. I'm pretty sure he's down there in Arkansas. And he's caught well over 100 otters for different years now. And man, I'm so jealous of that. We couldn't catch him like that, but I bet a good long liner water trapper in Iowa, I would think could catch 20 or 30 otter, no problem. In my opinion, that's what I think. And if they ran the otter season in Iowa concurrent with beaver season, there'd be guys catching a lot of otters. Not that they're not already catching them, but there'd be a lot more otters getting tagged every year for sure. That's something I'd really like to see change is the limit in the season. They did extend it another month, but I'd like to see it concurrent with the end of beaver season. Need to put unlimited on otters, not enough trappers. Absolutely, Eric, 100%. And we got so many of them anymore. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And they are not good for a single thing. I don't care what anyone says about them. They might look cool and might look pretty, but man, are they devastating to ecosystems. Caught any oddities with raccoons or beavers? Oh, yeah, Jinx. I caught the blonde raccoon I had on a live here not too long ago. Pure blonde raccoon I caught that's on my wall. I actually, during beaver trapping season, so I couldn't keep it, I caught a fisher coon, which if you guys don't know what a fisher coon is, it is a jet black raccoon. I mean, there's no rings on the tail, no mask on the face. It is jet black. I have caught one of those, but I couldn't keep it. Beavers, I caught that chocolate one. It wasn't a black one. I really want a black beaver. That's one of my bucket list things. But I did catch that darker beaver. That was pretty cool. Fox in a dog proof. That was pretty cool. Other than that, that's about it. I've caught several coyotes in 1.5s. Blind trails, I've caught badgers in 1.5s. That's about it. I caught a lot of interesting phase raccoon. Well, I did catch that one raccoon during my Thanksgiving break too. That was pretty cool. It had basically an all white face. And the mask was almost kind of gray. Then it basically all white on the back with a snowball kind of tail. That one was a pretty cool one too. That one's at Sleepy Creek right now, getting tanned. You have to go up the mountains in West PA to see an otter. I only have heard of people accidentally catching them in beaver traps. Okay, why? Yeah. I know. I guarantee you, there's a lot of otter in Iowa every year getting killed in beaver traps too. Not because that's what they're going for, but because everything's attracted to castor. That's just how it works. Interesting that they're only up in the mountains, though. Used for belly boards. Did a video yesterday on them. Used wooden dowels. Anthony, I use the top lot ones. When I buy my boards, they come with the belly board. I mean, the belly boards don't come with them, but they do. I mean, if you buy the boards, you can buy the belly boards with them. I just use the top lot ones. Never had an issue with them at all. I love all top lot stuff. I'll tell you guys what, top lot makes some really good stuff. I love their stuff. Softest boards I've ever pushed a pin into, for sure. Which is a big thing when you have to push in thousands of pins. Everything and leave fish bones all over the boats here. Oh, yeah. Hobbies Hobo. Absolutely. We've had otters get in our pond before, and they will kill fish for fun. I do not care what anyone says. They will kill fish, leave them on the bank, and not even eat them. Similar to like a wolf. People think that wolves won't kill just for fun. They absolutely will. No, they'll kill something just for the thrill of doing it, and they will waste the entire animal or most of it. Otters are the same way. That's why they're called water wolves. One of the reasons. They just kill for fun. They're terrible. Anthony, I did do that. I actually caught 2 like that. I put one of them on video. The one I had a little deeper catch, so it wasn't as interesting. But the one I put on video, man, that would have been a rough way to get caught for that one. I bet he went down pretty quick. Yeah, Anthony, I caught a couple. The biggest one I caught in a no BS 1.5 was 54, a beaver. I caught 4 beaver last year in no BS 1.5s, with just fishing. I mean, just a pocket set was all it was. But those no BS 1.5s are also modified with number 2 springs. They're double jawed, laminated. I mean, they're stout little traps. You get them by a front foot, they ain't going anywhere in one of them. Yeah, Hobbies Hobo. I used to watch a guy that was up in Canada, ran a bunch of bait stations. I forget his name, but he caught over 1,000 coyotes not too long ago. And that's all he'd do is snare bait stations. Pretty nuts. It'd be a fun way to trap them. Pull out 30-pound flathead out of a frozen backwater on the river a few years back. They deliver out of it and then went. Doesn't surprise me at all, Eric. Absolutely. I actually caught a carp last weekend that I would almost guarantee you was the culprit of an otter. And what I think happened. So this fish, I have a picture, but I don't think I should show it because it was brutal. I don't think YouTube would like it, but the fish had no tail. And when I say no tail, I mean, so if this is the fish, and then this is the tail. This is a terrible example, but if this is kind of like where the tail fin is, it was all bit off down to the nub. There was no tail, and then the whole back had a whole bunch of big gash holes in it. What I think happened, it was a smaller carp, but I think it actually got that carp up on the bank, played with it, nibbled at it, bit it up, and those carp are so tough. I think the carp just found its way back to the water. That in my opinion is what I thought happened to that. It was only a matter of time for that fish didn't make it any longer. He was in real bad shape, but yeah, they're terrible. Leon's beaver measuring board. Yeah, Jinx, I have. To me, just my opinion, there's no use to it for me. All my beavers sold by the pound. There's no reason for me to measure anything, really. I put 16 nails in all of them, weigh them, sell them that way. And I don't see that market changing anytime soon, really. I'm sure it's very handy. I mean, especially if you're trying to sell through an auction house or anything, but all my stuff's just by the pound. No, Gavin, I don't. This year I'll be selling all my beaver meat. Finally found a market for all them things. James, how you doing? Caught my palm, Duke 1.5. Pretty strong trap. Oh yeah, Anthony, I've got bit by the no BS ones a couple times. Yeah, good little traps. They're strong. Guy in Canada runs power snails, really cool channel, trap lines and inlines. Yeah, that's not the guy that I've heard or that I watched. I don't remember his name. Of course, I don't want to say his name on here anyways because I don't really know the guy personally. But he caught over 1,000 coyotes in a year using what you just said, Jinx, those power snares, over bait stations and stuff. Just crazy. Yeah, Nigel, I did. I got 940 pounds cut up. And I probably got another 100 pounds in there already that I just caught here not too long ago, last weekend. So got more fish to cut up yet, but I got the bulk of them cut up. Plan on catching them all the way through about September. The bite gets really good in September. Then after that, I'll cut the rest of them up, hopefully be around 12 or 1,300 pounds, and I'll be done. I'm good, James. Trying to stay cooled off. Trying to stay out of the heat for sure. Also trying to get pumped up for trapping season while we're in here. Got my worn out boots and a big old label. I didn't know what it was, but it hurts. Yeah, Wyatt. Yeah, I bet that didn't feel good. Worst thing I ever did is I got my thumb in a TS-85 right in the corner. Man, that's not fun. Eric, yes and no. I mean, a can of sweet corn for me lasts me all night. A can of sweet corn is 85 cents. A lot cheaper than buying fish. I can promise you that. Plus, I have the free time where anytime in the afternoon, if I'm not working on something, I'm going fishing. Other than last weekend on Sunday when it was so hot, I refused to. It was if it's too hot for me to go fishing, you know something's wrong because I've sat out some brutal fishing weather. But to me, I'd rather catch them. It's so much cheaper than buying them. There'll be a time when I don't have the time to catch all my fish and I'll have to buy them. But for now, I'd rather just buy the sweet corn. Yeah, James, I'm glad you're staying cool. It's pretty toasty. Pretty toasty. I just can't believe we're within 2 months already. It's so hard to think about. Trapping season's only about 2 months away. Pre-staking, anyways, less than 2 months away. It is 100 degrees today. That just sucks. It really does. I wish that wasn't the case. Oh man, James, it's 62 there. Well, since you missed my whole ramble earlier about the heat, the feel like temperature here today was 117. That's what we're dealing with. You and PA both, you guys are out there in some nice weather compared to our stuff. Holy cow. Just trying to get a chipmunk in my trap checked today. Oh, nice, Gavin. Nice. Oh yeah, Dan. I bet it did look pretty rough. All the furs looking real rough this time of year. I pulled trail cams the other day, my deer cameras, and I was checking cards, and there was a whole bunch of coyotes on there because we have a ridiculous amount of coyotes. And man, are them things ugly right now. Holy smokes. Hideous. Raccoons are too, but man, the coyotes they just look awful. And then reset my one. I have to gain confidence and send them. Yeah, Anthony. It's a good way to do it. A little over a month away in Pennsylvania from archery season, just a couple of weeks. Squirrel almost. There you go, Wyatt. Yeah, absolutely. We are. Let's see. Our bow season opens up October 1st. And I guarantee you I'll be climbing up in a blind. Absolutely. I'm getting pumped up for that too. Real pumped up for deer season. Deer season's what really gets me going. Being out there while you're sitting there, all you think about is trapping. That's what I do anyways. But I'm looking forward to bow season too. That almost completely slipped my mind. That's not too far away at all. I should know because I just put in a new blind here last weekend when it was 94 degrees outside on a new food plot I just put in. Should be a good spot. We'll see. Eric, I'm an afternoon hunter. Absolutely. Well, I'm an afternoon hunter because of the time that I hunt. I choose to hunt in the early October because that's when the mature deer's home ranges are so small. They're still focused on food. And if you go in there in the morning, chances are they're bedded so close to the food or they're still out there in the food that you're going to blow them deer off in early October. So I wait until the afternoon. I like to get pictures of them going to bed in the morning because that tells me that they're really close. But even if I don't, I'm still hunting in the afternoon. Just because of when I choose to hunt. I'm not a rut hunter at all. I think the best way to kill a big deer, in my opinion, is in early October over a good food source. Deer radishes or mowed down corn. It's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Trap what, Gavin? But yeah, that's just the way I deer hunt. A lot of guys like to go crashing into the woods, and I don't. I sit off. I sit out in the blind and in front of a food source, and basically make them come to me. I architect our food plots out to where there's scrape trees in front of me and everything else. I got cameras all over the place. I'm very serious about deer hunting. Um, very serious about it. But if I was a rut hunter, I'd sit all day. Used to be, but now I'm too big into trap and I just can't do it. I bow hunt until pre-staking starts, and that's it. Then I'll hunt late muzz. Hey, Mark, how you doing, bud? Good to see you in here. Oh yeah, Dan, those oak flats are a good place. Eric, that is a very good point. Heck, I was actually thinking about that the other day. You know how early it's going to get dark around like late muzzleloader now. I do quite a bit of late muzzleloader hunting. And man, I mean it's going to be 3:15. No, it'll be getting dark at about 4:15, I think. 4 to 4:15 in that late December. That's just crazy to me. I mean, I'm going to have to go out around noon probably now. It's just crazy. That time change thing's really going to mess with a lot of people, I think. But we'll see what happens. Um, I'm looking forward to deer season now. Now you got me all fired up on that. We got a lot of work to do for that too. A lot of work. The December shotgun season this year will probably drive me crazy. That I'm gonna be trapping. Yeah, Nigel, absolutely. Um, I feel you, bud. Um, Deer hunting was my first love for me. Man, do I love deer hunting. You could make the argument that I love deer hunting more than trapping almost. And you guys know how much I love to trap. Man, do I love to deer hunt too. So I feel you there. But if I'm deer hunting, I'm thinking about trapping. That's for sure. I feel you there. Yeah, why? That's how ours was too. Normally around that late December, it'd get dark around 5. But with them changing that, the time change is no longer going to be a thing, to where our clocks adjust. So now instead of it getting dark at 5 in the winter, it's going to be dark at 4. In Iowa, it's going to be pretty crazy. Big boys go down in October. Yeah, Eric, they do. Last year, I got pretty fortunate. The opening day of bow season, I shot a 165 that I knew very well. He was in there, very small home range. I shot him right on the opening day. 80 degrees out, didn't matter. He was in there. And he was very, very unaware that I was there. I'm pretty particular about how I like going about it. Then it would have been the year before that when I ended up killing a 177 with my late muzz. That deer had 20 more yards to come, and I would have had him dead with a bow too. So I still saw him. I just didn't get close enough. But early October, man, there's them big deer pre-rut. They're really bulking up on food, and they're pretty vulnerable. All you need is a cold front. Yeah, Dan, I don't blame you. Um, I really was into the deer hunting thing. I still am. But for me, it was always that 170-inch deer. That is what I wanted, a 170-inch deer. And I got 2 of them now. So it's kind of more of the, I can rest easy a little bit now, which I still get after it hard. I still try and get my big one every year, whatever mature deer we got on the farms. But trapping's gotten a lot bigger for me too. It won't be long before I'll probably be feeling the same way as you, if I don't already. I hate to compare them because I'm just so passionate about both, but they both got a different spot in my heart. Really, they do. Ready for season to change. Love fall. Absolutely, Jinx. Amen. Amen, buddy. Yeah, Gavin, there's no reason for me to trap anything right now. No reason at all. I killed some raccoons around our farms. Just because we have that open season now, I killed some on our ground because it's legal now, just to kind of help out our turkey population, I'm starting to see a little bit of an impact on it because I had a picture of a hen the other day that had 4 different poults with her. So that was pretty encouraging. Normally, I don't get picked. Normally, if I get a picture of a hen, there's only 1 or 2 with her. This year, I got one that's got 4 with her, and another couple got 3. So maybe it did make a little bit of a difference. I don't think so, just because I didn't get them early enough to where they were raiding the nests, but it certainly could have too. I'm not sure. I love seeing the baby turkeys though. Heck, them making it through the eggs, one of the toughest parts of their life because we have so many nest raiders. Trapping license 2 years ago. Since then, I hardly hunt anymore. Pretty well. Oh, absolutely, Nigel. I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Goal this year is fill all 3 of my tags. Gonna turn 12 this license year so I can get the Atomic. There you go, Wyatt. Good luck, bud. I hope you get them. You got any big ones you're after in particular? If you don't, that's fine too. But I'm the camera nerd. I run a dozen trail cameras on all our different mineral sites throughout the summer. I switch them all around to scrape lines and stuff. On October, right around middle of September, I switch it all around. Yeah, I take it pretty serious. I know see Justin first part trap season. Hope to meet you all. I'm there, bud. Mark, what week? I want to meet you too really bad, but I'm so busy that time of year. Hopefully we can get something figured out. But that first week, if it's the first week especially, I can guarantee you I won't be around. There's just no way. I'll be either trapping or skinning. Depends on what week you're thinking. And that kind of deer might be different from me. Deer hunting is grocery shopping. Yeah, Dan, we do a lot of that too. We get a lot of depredation tags for does. We don't eat any of our bucks. We'll give them away just because I like to harvest mature 5-plus-year-old deer, and they're tough to eat. So, but we do that too. Grocery shop. Heck, all we eat is deer meat. Beef almost tastes weird to me anymore. We've been eating deer meat in our house for so long. Oh, thanks, Jinx. You didn't have to do that, buddy. I really appreciate it. Thanks, bud. You have a good night. Oh, PA's back. How you doing, bud? Gavin, yeah, that was just raccoons I was doing, just to try and help out our nest raiders on our property, because we have so many raccoons on our property, and I just don't have the time to trap them during season. It takes too long to trap on private ground compared to the road. If a buck that is half decent comes by, I'm shooting it. Same thing. Yeah, Wyatt, there you go. Absolutely. Good luck, bud. My skunk can do a ride along. Okay, Mark. Yeah. If it's after the first week, I can definitely run over there. But that first week, I mean, between school and me running traps 14 hours a day and skinning everything myself, I only get about 3 hours of sleep every night that first week. So it's kind of impossible the first week. That's not me trying to be rude or anything. I want to meet you really bad too. But if it's that first week, it's not. The first week already isn't very physically possible for me, what I do. But hopefully I can get over there. Hopefully. Legally harvest 8 a person. 8 deer. Holy cow. I think you're talking about deer. That's quite a bit. Our landowners, I think it's I don't want to speak wrong. Landowner tags are pretty good in Iowa. You can harvest quite a few. But we get depredation tags through the DNR because our deer herd is so high. Basically, they give us tags to help us manage our does. And we get about 20 of them every year. And it helps a little bit, but man, do we got a lot of does. On cattle farm, we run on venison and beef. Yeah, Wyatt, I don't blame you, bud. That's just kind of something I was raised on. I couldn't tell you the last time we had beef hamburgers in my house. Honestly, couldn't tell you. It's always, it's been deer meat for a long time. Three and three with 2 extra with bell. Oh, okay, Dan. Makes sense. Some counties in Pennsylvania have like 9,000 doe tags. People get as many as they want in those counties. Interesting, Wyatt. I know the doe tags in Iowa. It depends what county you're from, but if you're trying to get an over-the-counter doe tag, it can be pretty difficult. It can be pretty difficult in Iowa. At least they're giving out doe tags to try and help manage the population over there, it sounds like. Yeah. Yeah, we had to go through. We'd sit and we'd see over 100 deer a night lay muzzleloader. That's no joke. And there'd be so many does compared to bucks. It was just ridiculous. And the crop damage and everything else. The DNR came out, looked at what we had, looked at all the damage and everything. They're like, here you go. We got those tags. It works out pretty good. Eric, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I've seen pictures of guys I know that have been down in like Texas and stuff and shoot deer. And it almost looks like a big coyote with antlers. They're pretty small little deer. They're not our corn-fed Iowa giants, that's for sure. That's for sure. Gavin, I'm from Iowa. 3 doe tags so far. Really, Dan? Your bucks might only weigh 140. Wow. I know the buck that I killed last year on the hoof was about 315 pounds. Now, granted, that's a big deer for Iowa. That's a very large-bodied deer. But yeah, our average buck, I'm going to say, is around that 230 to 250 range. Somewhere around there, I'd say it's probably our average buck. Mature deer, anyways. Gavin, I have not hunted moose. I really want to. I really want to hunt an elk. It's not going to end up happening this year like I wanted it to. I'm just too busy, and it'd be a rush trip, and I really want to take my time with it. But I really want to go out elk hunting with my bow. And I want to go bear hunting with my bow because I took a rifle the first time I went up there because, heck, I was only 14 or 15 years old. Yeah, moose would be fun. I'd love to go out and look for moose paddles shed hunting. I think that'd be a blast. I-220 wins our buck contest every year. Yeah, PA. Is that dressed or is that on the hoof? Because I'm talking about our deer on the hoof, not like gutted and everything. I guess it'd be field dressed, not dressed, but hopefully you knew what I was saying. Yeah, dressed. See that 190 to 220 for a field dressed deer is about right. I'd say that's pretty consistent with ours. Pretty close. The buck that I shot last year, field dress was like 265 or 270, something like. I mean, just crazy giant deer. A giant body, really nice rack. Get a bison with a bow. Holy cow, Dan! That'd be cool. That to me is almost like a true American hunt. At least as far as like Western North America goes, buffalo would be pretty cool. All right, Ty. You take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Our farmer deer will be 184 grown, just depending on the deer. 60 pounds. Yeah, Wyatt. Yeah. Sounds about right. That's probably, I'm going to guess that's around probably a 3-year-old deer. It's probably pretty similar to what our 3-year-old deer are weighing, I'm assuming. I don't know what our does weigh. We just shoot as many as we can, quarter them up as fast as we can, get them in the freezers as far as does go. But I have heard of bucks on the hoof being a lot bigger than the one that I killed too. So they get bigger for sure. Twister Tony, how you doing, bud? Welcome in. Tell you what, guys, I am very thankful to have a bigger room this year than I had last year. I think my dorm room last year was like 8 by 10. I mean, it was like a closet. On this year, as you guys can see, I got quite a bit more room in here now. So much room for activities. If you guys have seen Step Brothers at all, love that movie. Otter Cat, how you doing, bud? How you doing? 75 to 9. Holy cow, Dan. Wow. That's pretty small. How much meat do you get off of that then, Dan? I know our does, you can get about 40 pounds. I think it's around 35, 40 pounds of meat off of them. Maybe a little less. Depends on the size of the doe and how much you really want to take off of it. Oh, man. Yeah, Tony. What are your plans for this year, Tony? What are you going to try and get after first? 15th October. I know we'll be pre-staking, I believe, a week after that. The 21st is when we start pre-staking. So you'll get a head start on us Iowa boys. Great genetic 2-year-old deer. Fought a lot of other bucks. From uncle. Yeah, Wyatt. Yeah. Jeff, how you doing, bud? Otter Cat, I'm in my dorm room, man. I'm back to school now, trying to learn something. I'm not really learning anything, but I'm trying. Today is one of the longer days of school. It's that first day of class, and man, it's a total waste of an hour every single class period. I think I had to introduce myself like 5 different times today, 5 different things I had to say. Oh, man. It gets old the first day of class. That's for sure. It was a long day. Two Walmart sacks full. Interesting, Dan. Jeff, I'm going for business management. Kind of want to own my own taxidermy shop someday. That's kind of what the long-term goal is. So figured I'd get just a broad degree. Kind of do whatever I want with it from there. Edumacation time. That's right, Ottercat. It is. Till November, it is. Come November, it is trapping-macation time. Same idea. 120, 130 pounds, about as big as they get. Yeah, PA. That's just those southern deer, though. I mean, as far as our more northern deer go, it's a whole different breed compared to them. Come to Canada if you want to go moose hunting or shed hunting, Jen. Gavin, I've thought about trying to go up to Alaska to look for those moose paddles. It's a kind of a bucket list trip of mine. I love shed hunting, deer sheds, mule deer sheds, and elk sheds. Out in Colorado, I do a lot of that stuff for mule deer and elk sheds. Um, Obviously, whitetail sheds I do on our ground, but that moose paddle would be cool. They fly around bush plains up there in Alaska and actually spot them out of the plains and find a place to land, and then they just go start picking them up. That'd be pretty cool for me. After it all, there you go, Tony. Hope you catch it all. All right, Wyatt. I'll take your word for it. Taxidermy is something I really want to do. I feel like it fits all the fur handling and stuff basically to a T. It's kind of just taking all the stuff I already do now and love so much, taking it another step. Really, two more steps. It's the getting it tanned or tanning it myself, then making it look like it did on the hoof or feet, whatever you want, whatever kind of animal it is, making it look like that again. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Yeah, Dan, different subspecies. Yeah. Come look for mule deer sheds here in South Dakota at my trap line. Twister Tony, what part? I'm not going to ask you what town, but what part of South Dakota are you in? Because I know a couple people that shed hunt and stuff out there. I know there's some big mule deer. Mule deer sheds are fun to find, though. I love finding them. The one place I really want, there's a couple different places I really want to go out west, and try and pick up a bunch of elk antlers. I think that'd be pretty cool, picking up a bunch of elk horns. I kind of checked the mule deer thing off my list because I picked up a 200-inch mule deer set a couple years ago. So I don't see how I can really top that on the mule deer. I like coyotes get up 55, 60 pounds. Don't see that in many other states. Yeah, PA. Yeah, those eastern coyotes get big. Biggest coyote I've ever had come through my door. I didn't catch it or shoot it, but it was 45 pounds. That was the biggest one I've ever seen. Little swamp deer. Okay, Tony. You guys got some good mule deer out there at all? I really don't know. I'm just kind of curious. I know in Colorado where we go, there's some pretty nice mule deer out there. I don't know much about them. My dad shot one a couple years ago. That was a pretty nice one. Picking up their horns is fun. Normally the weather out there in Colorado is pretty nice right when it's getting too warm at home for me. So I like to make a trip out there when I can. No, we don't, PA. Although I do believe that there's some elk moving around in Nebraska now, if I remember correctly. I've seen pictures of a ton of crop damage from elk and stuff. But all we got is whitetails. Alcoholic Mark, yeah. No, I really want to do it. I just want to do it right. You know, elk tags in Colorado are not cheap. Over the counter. And I really want to do it. I was going to try and kind of push it in there this year and try and get out there, but I'd only be able to hunt for 2.5 days. I'm like, you know what? I just got to wait. After this year, I got one more year, and then I can go out there and hunt for a week. And that's what I want to do. I mean, it's like $500 for an elk tag out there in the particular area I want to go in anyways. And I want to do it right. You know, I want to take my bow out there, and I want to spend some time out there doing it right. So going to wait a couple of years, but I'm looking forward to it. Some good ones. Okay. Yeah, why? That one was a good one. Guess Flair will be elk hunting now. Really wide. I didn't know that. I used to watch quite a bit of his stuff, actually. I just don't anymore, really. I used to be big into the bass fishing thing. Now I'm more just carp and walleyes. Oh, there you go, Dan. Elk meat's pretty good. I personally like deer meat a little bit better, but elk meat ain't bad, especially cow elk. I bet that was fun. I'm pretty jealous. That'd be pretty cool. Shot 2 with a bow and 1 with a rifle. My dad and cousin wanted a rifle. Killed Benny. So, Wyatt, are you talking about elk or mule deer? What species are you talking about? We're talking about a couple different ones. I'm just trying to figure out exactly which one you're talking about, bud. Play the elk lottery. Everyone plays, and they only pick so many people a year. Not many elk tags sold here, just a few. Yeah, PA. That's about the same deal I got going. I've been trying to get an bear tag in Wisconsin and Minnesota for 10 plus years now, and I still have yet to get one. Yeah, I hate those systems like that. They suck. Really, Tony? Up in South Dakota, too? That's interesting. Elk summer sausage? I bet that was good, Dan. I bet that was good. And bear? Really? I know we've gotten some bears in Iowa. Pretty rare. We got a lot more mountain lions than I think a lot of people think, but bears are pretty rare. Yeah, Rocky Mountain elk. Yep. Yeah, my dad got a pretty good elk. I think it scored in like the 320 range. If you guys know about the scoring stuff, it was pretty good elk. Very nice elk. Yeah, Tony, I bet they are in the corn. Bears will do a lot of damage to corn too. Holy cow! When I was up in Canada, bear hunting here quite a while ago now, they were talking about how they'll get in the southern part of Canada and just devastate all those big grain fields. They'll just tear them all to pieces. As Minnesota lets out of staters in, they don't welcome trappers. Yeah, PA, it's almost impossible to get a bear tag there, apparently, because I've been trying for a long time. Same thing with Wisconsin. It's pretty ridiculous. Down here, we have a bear and hog hunt. That's why I didn't go to college. Okay, Otter Cat. That'd be fun. I love bear hunting. When I went that one time, I had an absolute blast. I just want to do it with a bow now. That's kind of the big thing. I'm definitely turning into quite an archery guy. Did a lot of stuff with a gun when I was a kid. Now I wanted to kind of do it all with a bow. My cousin estimated 316, and it won't even be close to fitting in his door. Took a while for me to get it. Oh, I don't doubt it, Why 316 is a dang good bull elk. That's a real good one. Bears in northern Alberta, the damage bears do up there. Oh yeah, Tony. You probably saw some stuff about what I've heard of. Yeah, they're pretty bad. From what I know, they'll just go out there and roll around, lay around, and just kind of lay in the middle of people's fields and tear the heck out of them. They'll eat the stuff too, but a lot of them will just live out in those fields. I'd like to go to Wisconsin for 2 weeks beaver trapping this season if I can save some money. Yeah, PA, I'd say absolutely go for it. That's one thing I'd love to do too. We got some friends in Wisconsin actually. I'd love to go up to Wisconsin and trap for beaver. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just that northern experience of all the lodges and everything like that, because we don't get many beaver lodges around here. You get some bank dens, and every once in a while there'd be a feed pile or something. But I'd say go for it, man. That's an awesome opportunity. I haven't, Tony. Um, Never really honestly been that interested in the antelope thing. I hear a lot of guys say that it's a blast and it's fun. I've seen a lot of them driving to Colorado. I've seen quite a few of them, um, but I've never really hunted them, I guess. Elk, it would be the next thing for me, I think, as far as taking a traveling trip. Hunting. It's going to be an elk. Yeah, Iowa Trapper, I am still going, man. We're talking about hunting a lot of different things now. Go hunt bears in Canada again, tell you. I feel I can't afford. All right, Tony. If I ever do go again, which you might be interested in, we go in Manitoba to a camp. And the guy, very good price, very quality bear camp. And if you bundle it with, I forget what the bundle packages is, but it does get cheaper with the amount of people you get. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Funniest thing for archery hunting, go to decoying during the night. Yeah, Twister Tony. I got a feeling that that's similar to kind of how I turkey hunt quite a bit. With the fan in front of me. From what I understand about that, it's pretty similar to that kind of a strategy. They just get in that mood and they really don't care. I mean, I've had turkeys run straight at me with that fan. I got a feeling it's probably got to be pretty similar. Yeah, Anthony, pig hunt would be fun too. I want to do that out of a helicopter. I think that'd be awesome. We start our live on Monday. Iowa Trapper, that's fine, man. I don't have class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I can be up all night. I don't really care. It don't matter to me. No, block him, Otter Cat. My uncle's dad and I used to go bear hunting. Yeah, Tony, it's fun. I'll tell you what, there's nothing more quiet coming through the woods than a bear. Oh, man. For such a big animal, it is unbelievable. And you won't believe it until you try it. You won't believe how quiet those bears are for anyone who hasn't hunted them. Man, they're nuts. Let it go take me in the decoy one time. Oh, yeah, Tony. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. Yeah, Eric, I think so too. I've watched a lot of videos on guys doing it. I think that'd be pretty cool, shooting them out of a helicopter. I bet it costs a small fortune to do. I really have no idea. But man, it'd be expensive. Miss. Old cast recipe from Trapping Man 2006. I'm going to base my beaver lure off. There you go, Anthony. Gavin, it's just not, there's no way I can do it anytime soon, bud. No way. I don't know when I'll be able to go up there again, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't doubt it at all. I don't know why you would do that. I bet it did not take long for them to thaw out. That's for sure. Right, Tony? Exactly. You wouldn't be able to believe if you've never done it. You'd never be able to believe how quiet a 300 to 400-pound animal bear can come through the woods. It's crazy. But yet a squirrel sounds like there is a rhinoceros running at my deer blind. but a bear can come in perfectly quiet. It's pretty crazy. Shoulder would be killing by the end of the day for sure. Hey, Eric, that's fine, man. I honestly doubt that my shoulder would be near as sore hunting pigs from a chopper as it is on the opening day of dove season. Usually, that's one that really gets my arm pretty sore. Usually, shooting doves. I love shooting doves. Your box 220 sets explained sometime this year. All right, Garrett. Are you talking? So I made a video already about the actual box and the setup and everything I got. But what are you looking for? More like the locations I'm looking for, and kind of the time of year. Give me an idea of exactly what you're looking for, bud, because I'm sure you're not the only one who wants to see it. Just let me know what you want to see. About an hour and a half. Yeah, I don't doubt it one bit. And then in about another hour and a half, they'd be slipping terribly, probably. The squirrels are the loudest animals in existence. Why? You're not wrong at all. They are nuts. Absolutely nuts. Only during hunting season? That too. That too. Kill a 340-pound bear climbing up my tree with a 300 Win Mag. Didn't know he was there till I dropped a sandwich and looked down. Oh boy, Tony. That's a nice bear. Quite a way to find him standing there. Location, how you place bait and such. All right, Garrett. During season, I'll definitely go over that. I rewatched quite a few of my videos, and I have stuff, and that's one of them that I kind of want to slow down on when I'm doing it in season. So that's definitely in the plans. And I'll remember that you said that too. So I'll do it while I'm out there. I'm going to try and explain some stuff a little better this year while I'm out there doing it. Yeah. Hopefully get a little more on the informative side, if you will, on some of my videos this year. Because last year I didn't really explain much. I just kind of showed a bunch of raccoons, and that was about it. So 100 bears right at 40 years. They're an amazing one. They really are, Ottercat. They really are. Joe came on your box for video. Anthony, I have a video of me catching one in a box, a raccoon in a box. I also have video of me missing them in boxes. They're pretty cool. It's a pretty cool video to watch. I just have it on my phone. Yeah, Garrett, that is for my boxes and pocket sets and stuff. Mainly some fish sticks. I'll use those heads for fish sticks. I just got about 45 fish sticks made. Looking forward to playing with them this year too. They're kind of a newer concept for me. Oh, there you go, Tony. Absolutely. Go for it. Videos are fun to make. They take time, but they're fun to make. Yeah, go for it, man. Absolutely. Fish stick dinner, Anthony. You're not going to want this kind of fish stick, bud. Nice raw fish on a piece of rebar. I promise you it won't taste good. That's what he says, PA. That's what he says. I'm going to be running drowners off of them, so we'll see what happens. I just have some situations where, yes, I can get a pocket set in there and it'll work perfectly fine, but the deep water isn't there. The deep water's off the sandbar in the middle of the creek, and I can't put a pocket on the other side because it's all rocks. So I'm going to put fish sticks there with 2 traps, 2 drowners going opposite directions. That's how I'm going to do it. I think it's going to make more bridges trappable for me this year with my drowners, which can be a big deal. Old channel got deleted, so I'm restarting a brand new channel. Oh, you're good, Wyatt. You're good. Curious why your old channel got deleted. I'm not exactly sure. All right, Mark. You take care, buddy. I feel you on the heat draining you. I'm getting tired as well, for sure. Have a good one, bud. Will, how are you doing, buddy? Step over set 2 traps and a stick separating, so they step over the stick, stepping into the trap cells, trap on trails. Yeah, Anthony, I've done that to an extent. It works. I mean, it works for sure. If anything, I do more of the when I was a big blind set guy before I had quantity of dog proofs, I'd always try and do like a step down or step up set with blind sets. Basically, I mean, it's not much, but I'd look either on a road ditch, say this is the road ditch. I'd either take my boot and stomp in it to make it a little steeper in one spot, or I'd find the steep spot in that. And that's right where I'd put my trap. That's how I got pretty effective with my blind sets when I used to use a lot of them. That step up / step down. You never really know what way they're coming from. Unless it's a timber to corn, then you generally can guess they're coming from the timber. But that being said, some of them do live in the middle of cornfields too. But I'd highly recommend that you try that too. Try the sticks too. The sticks work. I've done it. It works. But those step up / step down really work too on blind sets. What do you guys do for water trapping in November? Tony, I'm hoping that we have it this year. Honestly, with how low our water is. Last year, we were froze up. This second and third week in November, all our water was froze because we didn't have enough water to keep it moving. And if that water ain't moving, it's frozen. I'm hoping we have open water. It's nice when we do have open water for sure. I'll shoot my compound bow and show my face. It's considered a deadly weapon. Really, Wyatt? That's too bad, man. That's unfortunate. Surprised me that they got you for that, honestly. I figured it's a bow. I didn't know they cared about that. I know the old pews they really don't like, but I didn't know they hated bows too. That's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, Anthony, you'd catch everything for sure. That is one thing about blind sets. You'll catch anything that's going down that trail. And they're fun, but dog proofs are so much faster. That's why I don't use them anymore. I'll blind set in the water, but on dry land anymore, I just won't do it anymore. I want to catch raccoons, and blind sets are not the fastest way to do that. Yeah, Tony. We'll see, though. It is the El Nino winter this year. Supposed to be a mild winter. Historically, anyways, it's supposed to be. We'll see if that happens or not. Pigeon number 2 in case something big walks by it. Oh, yeah, Anthony. I wouldn't be too worried. I couldn't tell you how many coyotes I've caught in Duke 1.5s. Duke 1.5 will hold about anything that'll go down that trail. They're strong little traps. You pee so much. Oh yeah, Wyatt. I love dog proofs too. There's no reset time for me at all, hardly. I mean, if I'm getting out to set a dog proof and bait it, if it's pre-staked, I'm out of the truck. I guarantee you within 10 seconds, I have that trap set, baited, and I'm back in the truck. They're so much quicker. With a blind set, you got to kind of blend the set in a little bit. Then if you're remaking that blind set, you're really going to have to do some work to it, depending on how much they tear the area up. And if you're not wanting to catch those canines or anything else, if you're just wanting to catch raccoons, by all means, use a dog proof because I promise you it's faster, especially on the remake. Yeah, love them. Here's through the ice. Oh, yeah, Ottercat. Oh, yeah. Trapping beavers through the ice is fun. I don't get to do it much myself, but when I do it, I love it. It's fun. Try to get anything else. Raccoons and beaver, Gavin. That's about all I try for. Stumble across some other cool things on the way, but that's all I'm really trying for. Even with our record snow, 14 inches of snow. Wow, Anthony. Center swivel to 1.5, no whole lot better. Yeah, Dan. All my no BS ones are center swiveled. I love those traps. I got a bunch of Duke 1.5s that are getting double jawed and laminated right now. They'll be getting center swivels as well because I do like that center swivel a lot better. Heck, I did it on all my 220s. I double swiveled all them things. Start with a blind set, then use a dirt hole for a remake. Yeah, Twister Tony, that'd work for sure. Keep a logbook in your truck to help keep track of what's where. Sean, yeah, I do. I got it on my notebook. I got the number. All my locations are numbered. Whatever side of the road the traps are on, they're written down on the notebook. And then I got the iGo trapping app on my phone, and that's my GPS. I mark all my locations on there. That's how I do it, anyways. That's kind of my system. Each location gets a number for it, and I have the same number that matches the map on my phone. It's on the notebook, and the notebook tells me exactly what I got on each side of the road. Tony, I'd love to if we didn't have so many daggum restrictions on them. Only problem is we can only keep 3. And to be honest with you, with the amount of water trapping I'm going to do this year, I don't see how I won't get that within the first week. It's just ridiculous. I really wish we could, because you could really put a hurting on them around Iowa. But you can only keep 3. I mean, I'll go catch my 3. But last year I tried to catch them, but the place I went to, it was so dry. I think all the fish died out of there and the otters moved out. It was a place I normally go, and I'll fill my limit of otter every year within a couple days. There wasn't any in there this year. Triple swivel 220s on my Connor Bears #2 chain. Yeah, Anthony. Yep. It's called iGo. I'm pretty sure it's iGo trapping. Let me pull it up here just to make sure. iGo trapping. Yep. Yeah, it's a little trapping icon thing on my phone. Works pretty good, though. Blind set 330s. I wish I could catch otters. Yeah, Tony. That's my problem. That's why I won't blind set 330s in channels and stuff in the spring for beaver, because I'll catch more otters and beavers every single time. I get 15 or just as many guys. Set otter traps, fill all their tags. It really hurt them. Yeah, Wyatt, I would, but my DNR would not allow that at all. Bottom line is he knows I'm the only one really trying to catch anything in my area. So if someone random starts bringing him a bunch of stuff, he's going to know right away. I follow all the rules to a T. Oh, there you go, Dan. That'll be fun. Personally, I absolutely despise snares. I don't like them. Just a personal thing. But you going to try for coyotes or beavers, otters? What are you going for with them, Dan? Super dry and low, and the turn feeder creeks are low or dry. Backward and potholes. Man, that sounds bad, Sean. That sounds pretty daggum dry. Beaver, otter, and cats. Yeah, there you go, Dan. I don't even know what time it is here. 20 and only one. Interesting, Tony. Interesting. But anyways, guys, we better start wrapping it up here. I didn't even realize it's almost been 2 hours. I keep rambling here. But I got some stuff I need to take care of here tonight. So this was fun. I love doing these lives. I need to just start doing more of them. They're fun. But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all stopping in here. On Android, it's called. It could be the same thing, Anthony. I'm not sure. Could be the same thing. I don't know. I have an iPhone, so I really don't know if it's the same thing or not. But anyways, guys, thanks for stopping in, everyone. I really appreciate y'all being here. Had fun. Had a lot of fun. I appreciate all y'all's support. Thanks for stopping in. See ya.